each and every summer, college football fans look forward to their distribution of magazines, whether that be Lindy's, Athlon, Street and Smith, Phil Steele. What do you have for us there, Jason?
I got a little Athlon right here, giving a little love to little DR King, Elam from Florida, Emmett Rice. They have us going 6-6. They project Florida State will go 6-6, go 4-4 in the ACC, and finish 4th in the Atlantic Division behind Clemson, NC State, and Boston College. Our friends over at Lindy, a little too religious for my taste, but I'll still give them credit for it. They still have King, Elam, and they got Lieutenant Dan and the quarterback in the spring game jersey. They have us finishing 4th as well. They don't have a record prediction for us, but they have us finishing behind Clemson, NC State, and Wake Forest. They have Wake Forest finishing 3rd in the Atlantic, while Athlon has them finishing 6th in the Atlantic Division. So my question to you, Logan, is 6-6, a 6-6 prediction for the Seminoles by Athlon. Are you taking the over on the wins? Are you taking the under? Or are you taking a push right now of 6 wins?
Taking it over because I've been predicting 7 wins. I've been predicting 7 wins for FSU this upcoming year. Although I have been saying that that includes a bowl game win. So what does that give me? What is that kind of – where am I at that?
If you're including 7 wins with the bowl, that would say 6-6, and then you take a 7th win in a bowl game. Which, by the way, just for the record, Athlon has us going to the Holiday Bowl in San Diego, California, against Washington Huskies, and I would be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that would be a little bit different than Shreveport, Louisiana.
That's an area you actually want to go to a bowl game.
I'm completely fine with that.
Yes.
I feel like that's a pretty good prediction. So do they have the losses to which team on there?
They have it, but they have us obviously. Here's the best part about it. Look at the projections right now in the Atlantic Division. They have Clemson going 13-0, including the ACC championship game, and going to 8-0 in the division. They have NC State, Boston College, Florida State, Louisville, all going 4-4. They have all 4 of them teams going 4-4 in the division, and then they have Wake Forest going 3-5, and they have Syracuse going 1-7. So, judging by the law of averages, I guess they would have us losing to Clemson, NC State, and Boston College, and then probably also having us lose to Miami. So the other 2 losses would probably be Notre Dame and Florida coming in there. So, or maybe they have us losing to North Carolina and beating Miami. Maybe they have us NC State and Boston College losing to both North Carolina and Miami. They don't have that right there. But so here's my question: 6-6. You think 6-6 in the regular season is
I think that
projection? You think?
I think that's a decent projection in my opinion. I think it's looking back at last year, and I don't want to grade that too much or use that as too much of evidence, but I think if there's answers made on the defense, I think that's my biggest question mark. The defense. I think 6 wins. I think everybody kind of feels comfortable with putting some money down on that line. I might do it. I might put some money down on it.
I mean, I feel like we need to be prepared for reality. And James talks about it a lot, about how, we need to not accept the mediocrity. And I don't think 7-5 would be mediocre, but we need to accept the reality. After going 5-7, 6-7, and 3-6 the last 3 seasons, we need to accept the reality that like some of our viewers, thank you for supporting us here, have said 7-5 would be a damn good season. And I think the 7-5 is possible. I think, you lose to Clemson, you lose to Notre Dame. I think you lose to Miami. Sorry, guys, I hate to say it. I think we lose to Miami this year. But I think we can win one of the games. I think we either beat a Florida team or we beat a North Carolina team. I think we pull off one of those upsets. And I think we lose a game we're not supposed to lose, whether it's a Louisville, whether it's an NC State. I feel like we haven't reached that potential yet where we can say we are in that mental mindset where we can win every game we should win. So I think in a perfect world, if you say, give me 7-5 right now, I would take that and say that this is the building block. I think 2022, in fact, I'm going to give you my bold prediction right now. Are you ready for the first bold prediction?
We're getting bold predictions out here. Got to get ready. Got to be ready to clip it, Mark. Get the thumbnail ready.
Here we go.
Are you guys ready?
Drum roll.
Can I get a drum roll, Logan?
I'll see if my mic picks it up.
Yeah, we got it. Thank you. Florida State beats Miami in the 2022 season.
the 2022 season.
2022 season, Florida State beats Miami.
Oh, next see. Oh my
Not
word!
the
You're
finish.
making
I think Miami wins.
predictions
Oh, my
for
goodness.
games
I think Miami
a
wins.
year and a half from now.
That's fine, but that's how bold of a prediction it is. I think Florida State beats Miami in the 2022 season. Well,
Jason, you remind me of the person that called me. This is when
What?
like Georgia and Notre Dame are two big schools signed a contract to play like in 2033. There was actually somebody that called and asked me to do a preview on the game.
Did
Actually
you?
called in the call-in show and said, "Can you do a preview on that game in 2032?"
So did you? Mark, I've already put in my days off request for the Florida State Georgia game in Athens in 2028. Okay, you're dealing with a different breed of college football fans.
I don't have any issue with that. You want to go to the game.
Away. It's 7 years away.
Making a prediction on a game that's a year and a half away.
Let's make a prediction.
Okay.
Yes, I think Florida State will be much better this season not by Florida State standards, but by what we've been the last 4 seasons. I think Florida State will be much better. And I think Miami is, even if they win the Coastal Division, which they could, let's be honest, Miami could win the Coastal Division this year. I think the talent that Miami loses after this coming season is going to be hard to overcome. And I think the way we're going up and Miami's going down, I think next season is going to be the year.
Okay. The chalk is the 5 games that we've talked about that are going to be considerable leaps to win, where Florida State is going to be a considerable underdog. Like Jason, I think it's reasonable to think that Florida State most likely trips up against somebody who's on their current level, Wake Forest, NC State, Boston College, somebody, but hopefully that they can get one of those other big games back and pull off a major upset against somebody. They've got 5 games like that, the way it shakes out right now, that they can jump out and pull off an upset.
I feel like if we're going to say right now, and Logan, let's do this right now. Out of those 5 games, Notre Dame, North Carolina, Clemson, Miami, and Florida, arguably the 5 games that everyone has penciled in. Oh, first of all, let's give some credit. Mike Daniel, speaking of surprises, what about the 2 kids from Vegas? I don't have any kids in Vegas. I don't think.
The 2 kids from Vegas. All right, you might need to. Was it after the casino in New York, New York?
There was one weekend. No, I think I'm good. But real quick, Mike Daniel, thank you very much for your support. We appreciate your $5 here on the channel. Out of those 5 games, Logan, speaking of 5, out of those 5 games, Notre Dame, Clemson, North Carolina, Miami, and Florida, which one, and I'm not guaranteeing victories, we can talk about that as the season goes on, which opponent do you think Florida State has the best chance of beating out of those 5?
It's in between Notre Dame and I was going to say North Carolina, but I think it's Notre Dame and Miami. Notre Dame is an interesting one because I think you start off the season right away with them. You have a full packed out Doak Campbell Stadium, and you got a new freshman quarterback coming in. They lost a few guys on offense. You're able to use Gibbons there on your offensive line. I think Notre Dame, and both teams are starting out the season first. I think Dillingham and Mike Norvell are going to have a lot of tricks up their sleeve. I think Notre Dame, to me, is the easiest one right now.